Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another one of the Titanic Gamers fabulous Pokemon X and Y moveset videos. Now in this one, I'm going to be going over Mega Gardevoir. Now aside from Gardevoir getting an already huge buff with the fairy typing, it got an even better buff with Gardevoir, or should I say a Mega Evolution. So let's go over its stats right now. So Mega Gardevoir's HP is 68, same as normal Gardevoir. Its base attack is 85, which it's usable, but it's not used. Most of the time it's not used. Its base defense is still 65 with like base 68 HP. You know, it can go physically defensive, but I mean, it's gonna be kind of weak anyway. Its physical, its HP doesn't really kind of back it up that much. So you can go physically defensive if you're like going for a calm mindset, but the set I'm gonna be going over, no. Now its base special attack is 165. Yeah, you're gonna be hurting a lot of Pokemon that come in and attempt to take your hits. You're gonna be hurting them a lot. Your base special defense is 135, which is actually really damn good. You can comfortably take special hits. And your base speed gets a nice buff. It becomes base 100. So you have some pretty good special sweeping stats, basically, at the cost of like having some physical stats be low. You know, but that's the price to pay for this Mega Evolution. My item is going to be Gardevoir, of course, obviously. Stupid McAfee. Now, the ability is going to be Pixelate. Pixelate's a pretty good ability. Turns on normal type moves and the fairy type moves. And all those moves get a 1.3 power boost, base power boost. So it's like essentially a life orb boost to all of your normal type moves, and they get stab. So that's pretty fucking amazing on this Pokemon. Now the ability you want to use before you Mega Evolve is Trace, because Trace is just amazing. You can copy other great abilities, like you coming on a Vaporeon, and a lot of them like to run Wish, Protect, Toxic, and like a water move. You can come in on them if you predict them to use like Scald. You can Trace the Water Absorb and get free HP, and you can force them to switch out unless they want to Toxic you. So yeah, kind of get where I'm going with this. Trace is amazing. Use it on normal Gardevoir. It's amazing. Now the nature we're going to be having would be a Timid or Modest, because you want to increase your special attack even more. It goes over 400, the Modest nature, even with like barely any investment. I forgot to put special attack here, but yeah, it's okay. Or you want Timid, because with that heightened speed, that higher speed, you can outspeed quite a bit of Pokemon that normal Gardevoir failed to outspeed if you want to put max speed, EVs, in its speed. Okay, now its EV spread is going to be 252 HP. We're going to max out that HP and come over about 300. Well, it's going to be over 300 basically. Now the speed is 216, because you'll be able to outspeed all base 95 Pokemon. Well, Pokemon that have base 95 speed, you'll be able to outspeed them by 1 point if you have a Timid nature. And speed is always good. Even if you don't want to run Timid, you can just run speed, and you can outspeed a lot of Pokemon at about base 82 or 83 speed, but that tier doesn't exist of base 82 or 83 with speed anyway. So you'll be able to outspeed like Pokemon at base 80. And then the rest we're just going to dump in the special attack. I forgot to put it, but the rest you want to just put in special attack, just so you'll be able to hit harder. And hitting harder is always nice. And if you have a Modest nature, you'll be hitting even more harder. Your special attack will go over 400, which is sick. So now the moves we're going to be using for this Mega Gardevoir spread, this EV spread, would be Future Sight. Future Sight got a really good buff in Gen 6. Well, in Gen 5, you know, the power of it increased to 100. But in Gen 6, it actually became the Psychic type move. A Psychic type move, and it gets Stab. So that basically means when you use Future Sight, in the next few turns that follow up, when it hits, it is going to fuck up anything that does not have high special defense or that is not a dark type. You are going to ravage the opponent with Future Sight. Even a resisted hit can still do a ton of damage. Future Sight is able to help you offensively or defensively, however you want, because the opponent's going to switch out because they don't want to take damage from Future Sight. And Future Sight, just run it. This move is great. Gardevoir is an amazing abuser of the move. Now, the second move will be Echoed Voice, because Echoed Voice gets the Pixelate boost and it becomes like, let me do the calculations. Okay, base 40, stab, no. Okay. It becomes like a base power, like it becomes base 78 power, and since it increases by 40 every time you use it, this thing will be so hard to just come in on. And then the second move would be Moonblast, because Moonblast, decent base power of 95, 30% chance to lower special attack, really solid fairy type move. But if you just want more offensive pressure in tandem with Future Sight, Echoed Voice is the way to go. And the last two moves would be Wish, because Wish is a great move. You use Wish in tandem with Protect and Future Sight. You can do a lot of damage, you can outspeed a lot of Pokemon, you can start Wish Protecting, get your health back. And it just goes in tandem well with Moonblast, or it goes well with Echoed Voice too. And then Protect, it's for scouting, +4 priority is always nice. And it goes well with all your other 3 moves. So this set is more of like a tanky, a fast, especially tanky Pokemon. You know, because like you can run Mega Gardevoir defensively if you want to, because its special defense is good. You can even attempt to even out that physical defense, or you can just go for a defensive Calm Mind set, or even offensive Calm Mind. But I just want to take advantage of the speed, because it gets a nice speed buff, and the special attack buff with Pixelate, with Echoed Voice is just insane. So yeah, pretty much this was like a mix between offensive and defensive. So it's actually good to know that Mega Gardevoir can actually blend those two styles together and just run a set like this. You can replace like Echoed Voice if you want to. You can replace it with like Disable, or you can even replace Future Sight with Disable. You can replace one of them with Mean Look so they can't switch out. You can replace just a lot. This thing learns a lot of good moves. You can run Destiny Bond on this thing, which is pretty sick. You can take something down with you that's slower. And that's about it for Mega Gardevoir. Gardevoir was a good Pokemon in the previous generations. It just lacked speed. So since this Mega Evolution gives it speed and buffs its already good stats, you know, this thing is really good. Use it. This thing hits like a truck. It's fast. Can take special hits, dish out some special pain, and just peace out. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, like, favorite, and I'll see all my adoring fans later.